You may have noticed everyone is talking about how AI is set to take over our jobs. But here's something you don't hear as often: the limitations of AI. Sure, AI can handle certain tasks, but there are still roles that belong to humans. At least for now. We've all been amazed by AI's recent breakthroughs and incredible strength. But what about its limitations? After all, every strength has a shadow, or a weakness. Autonomous vehicles are impressive when trained on huge data sets, but this dependency brings major safety risks. AI may master logic and reasoning, but stumbles when it comes to emotions. And while AI shines in planning, it falters when faced with high-level decision-making. Can you see the shadows yet? If you knew which jobs AI can't replace, wouldn't you want to focus your skills there? That's why we made this video. You need to know whether AI's limitations are just temporary hurdles or they are barriers AI may never overcome. Subscribe to learn more about AI and stay tuned for future videos.
Hi dreamers! Data-driven AI sounds impressive, but guess what? It has some serious cracks.
Take autonomous vehicles, for example. These systems are trained on massive amounts of road data, learning to navigate based on patterns and past scenarios.
But here's the part that might frustrate some AI enthusiasts. Relying so heavily on data comes with major flaws. Let's dive into 3 of the biggest ones.
Number 1. Data bias. AI systems can only be as good as the data they're trained on, and if that data is biased, the AI will be too.
In fields like human resources, legal analysis, or law enforcement, this can lead to discrimination or unequal treatment.
Number 2. Data privacy. AI systems thrive on data, but when that data is sensitive, like in healthcare or legal services, privacy becomes a big hurdle.
Strict laws like HIPAA and GDPR limit access, making it tough for AI to fully integrate into roles that deal with sensitive information.
Number 3. Corner cases. In high-stake jobs like emergency medical services or autonomous driving, AI stumbles when it faces corner cases.
Corner cases are the rare and unpredictable situations that aren't often covered in training data.
These moments still demand human intuition and adaptability.
This makes it tough for AI to fully automate industries where split-second decisions could be life or death.
When lives and ethics are on the line, can AI really make the tough calls?
In jobs involving leadership and ethics, the challenge isn't just about automating decisions. It's about defining the principles that guide those choices.
AI algorithms rely on something called a cost function to guide their choices.
But what exactly is a cost function? A cost function is a mathematical formula that defines success. The problem?
When it comes to ethics, emotions, and context, it's nearly impossible to create a cost function that captures all the nuances.
Let's look at 2 examples. Example 1. Executive leadership. During financial downturns, business leaders often face difficult decisions, like laying off part of the workforce. AI can easily assess financial performance and calculate cost savings.
However, it cannot account for the emotional toll on employees, public perception, or the long-term impact on company culture and loyalty.
These human factors are far too complex to be reduced to a simple cost-benefit analysis.
Example 2. Healthcare leadership. In a crisis like a pandemic, healthcare leaders are often tasked with allocating limited resources, such as ventilators or ICU beds.
While AI can optimize outcomes based on the clinical data, it struggles with the ethical dilemmas involved. Decisions like prioritizing younger patients over older ones or determining a person's social value are made case by case and require deep ethical considerations.
These are choices that go far beyond what a mathematical formula can represent. You think hands-on jobs are the easiest for AI to replace? Think again. There's more to these roles than meets the eye.
AI and robots may excel in controlled environments. However, they struggle when jobs demand quick, on-the-spot problem solving, and high dexterity.
Jobs like plumbing and electrical repair still require human adaptability in the face of unpredictable challenges.
For AI to take over more hands-on roles, it's not just a matter of upgrading technology. We need to redesign the entire industries and rethink how our modern society operates.
As Eric Brynjolfsson pointed out in his TED Talk, something similar happened during the Second Industrial Revolution. He said,
"And just as the earlier generation of managers needed to redesign their factories, we're going to need to reinvent our organizations and even our whole economic system."
The same goes for AI and robotics. They won't take over hands-on jobs overnight without a major shift in how our systems work.
And while AI and robotics are constantly evolving, there's another hurdle. The financial incentive to replace these hands-on jobs is far less tempting compared to fields like manufacturing or autonomous vehicles.
What happens when empathy is more important than data? Can AI feel what we feel?
Jobs like therapy and social work require constant interaction with human emotions.
Understanding and predicting human actions is already a huge challenge for AI because of the inherent randomness in human behavior. Now imagine adding complex emotions into the mix.
AI may be great at analyzing data and numbers, but turning emotions into data and responding with genuine empathy, that's still out of reach.
Another key factor is human preference. Right now, people overwhelmingly favor human touch in areas like therapy and caregiving.
It's not about what AI can do, it's about what we're willing to accept.
For AI to truly replace human caregivers and therapists, it's not just the technological progress that's needed. There's also a major social acceptance hurdle.
You might be thinking, but aren't there already apps offering AI-based therapy? Sure, but for AI to fully take over these jobs, people's preferences would need to shift dramatically.
Until that happens, the human touch remains irreplaceable.
AI has its own limitations, but what if the biggest one is all the hype around it?
When we talk about AI's limitations, we are looking at the current state of AI.
Of course, scholars and researchers are constantly making progress and things will change.
The limitations we've discussed today are just scratching the surface. There are far more challenges that AI faces.
And yes, many of these limitations will eventually be overcome with time and investment, while others might not even matter in the long run.
Yet, understanding AI's current limitations helps us cut through the noise and resist the hype that surrounds AI today. Knowing what AI can't do gives us a perspective on its future and the roles it should play in job markets.